Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm David Sponheim, and today we're going to be making zucchini turkey chili for $5. We're here with my beta fish, Grover Cleveland. He wants to say hi to everybody. I hope you're all having a kind of a pre-holiday kind of a feel. We are here in the Northwest. I'm looking at the Olympic Mountains outside my window here. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm playing a song called You by a man whose name is Niels Fromm. And all I did was just go to a site and downloaded it. Thought it'd be very nice to set the pace for a nice, relaxing cooking experience. Quite the opposite of all the frenetic cooking experiences that I've had in the past. They've been pretty intense. I am going to today put together a medley of interesting ingredients. The zucchini I'm going to be cooking with today is from the summertime. And let's see, do we have the zucchini over here? Let me put the mic down. Let me get the zucchini for you. Okay. Zucchini. Wow, check this out. Yeah, zucchini, everybody. Yeah, big, massive. Needs to be cooked, otherwise it gets bitter. And yeah, that could seriously last the winter probably, but I don't, it's getting a little to the kind of the point where it's spongy a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead, not spongy, but I mean, it's got a little, I'm going to go ahead and start slicing this off and making a kind of a grilled zucchini slices to go along with the dish. So I'm going to start up on my pan, my beautiful pan here. Got a different camera for you, better resolution today. We're going to get that up to level 3, and we'll start slicing some of this up too. Pretty nice, huh? Yeah, so I decided to make something with turkey in it because we got the Thanksgiving thing coming up. Better light and resolution, thanks. And a lot of people are really kind of concerned about, making something warm to eat. And what's more ironic than to eat something called a chili when it warms you up, And this is one of these all vegetable chilies that has a lot of really great ingredients. We got a green pepper, you can see that in the screen. I've got this beautiful sweet Vidalia onion I'm going to cut up and put in there. The green pepper I got today, believe it or not, I spent 50 cents on this guy. That is a big humping green pepper. I mean, massive. And I picked up some poblano peppers from my organic garden. I just happen to have those. I've got them in a tent kind of setup so it doesn't freeze. Sorry about that. It doesn't freeze during the winter. I'm hoping to get my poblano peppers to last through the winter so they'll produce again in the spring and make nice big plants, Peppers can grow annually. They don't have to be just 1 year. Hey! So, yeah, let's talk. What do you want to talk about? It's the cooking show with Dave, yeah. Always stay hydrated. I'm going to close the window here so that nobody can take a pock shot out at me, I just like to make sure, nobody can see what's going on in the kitchen when I'm here. There we go. Yeah, there's always the possibility that, somebody within a 1.5 mile radius could be holding a sniper rifle on me and take me out. I'm not giving anybody any ideas here, but, Anyway, getting back to the subject at hand. I'm going to rinse this sucker off. We're going to get a camera going for the beautiful and the loving beta fish we now call Grover Cleveland. Somebody in the show last night said, hey, call him Grover Cleveland. I think that's the best name in the world for this beta fish. I don't know, whoever came up with it was brilliant. I'll tell you that. What's Obama going to do? Hang on. He's going to censor fake news sites. Yeah, well, I'm not a news site, so it's nice to know. I'm just a political movement here in the formative stage. You're having garlic chicken wings? Yummy. Yummy. Okay, Grover. Look at how he gets excited when I do this. See him shake his body? All right, let's get that pellet in there. And he'll get it, and boom, he just bought it. He just ate it. Okay. And we're going to have a sink cam for you tonight. A lot of you are interested in seeing the sink and my triple stage filter system, which is kind of awesome. So that's nice. We've got that going for us, which is good. So whenever I rinse things off, you'll see the water going. All right, so we're going to cut these, the biggest part of this big zucchini. I'm going to shave the end off of that. You don't need to eat the very end. It's kind of woody. Although you could. In fact, yes, I'm going to eat every little bit of it except the core. Because that's what I'm putting in my chili. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to get this grill going over here. Cook grill. And I'm going to add some really good sunflower oil. Now, I recommend not using canola, corn, or anything genetically modified. And this happens to be a really good one. Sunflowers are very important to, this is a Hain product, 100% expeller pressed sunflower oil. Vitamin E added to enhance freshness, all natural. So I'm going to use about, I'd say 2 tablespoons on that pan. Make sure the pan is warm. There you go. I eyed it on. All right. Any new developments in the transition team for Trump? Keep me posted. I'm always interested in knowing any news and information. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with Facebook and Google. I know that the censorship is kind of a bizarre turn of events, for sure. I wonder if this camera could be moved in, like zoomed in. Let me see. Camera control. Zoom. No. Apparently that's not a feature that it offers. Okay. Well, that was bundled with a computer when we bought it. So, hey, today's Technology Thursday, and I wouldn't be doing this show if I didn't have an amazing gaming computer at my disposal here. And this is an MSI gaming computer. It has a 17-inch screen, which gives me a full view of everything, and a lit keyboard. And the best thing about this thing is the back end is it has 2 fans, which really help cool the thing. Okay, while that pan is getting hot, yes, it's actually getting warm. I'm gonna put some garlic down to start with. So let me smash a little garlic for you here. There we go. It's best to get that oil flavored before you put the slices down. Now I'm going to be cooking a small zucchini and the slices. And I'm going to probably save half of that zucchini for later for another meal. So that's a major amount of zucchini. I only call for about $1's worth of zucchini in this dish. And a 50-cent green pepper. And the turkey costs $2.50 for a pound of ground turkey. And that's about average. The onion's about 50 cents. So we're up to, let's see, 250, 3. I'm going to say 20 cents on that. And then we're up to 320. This I got in 1999, so that would be 50 cents for that. So 370. And you're saying, are you serious, David? Yeah, I am. This is the original Y2K collection. Is that unbelievable? Okay, let's get that garlic in there. We're we're with another can of black beans I got for 50 cents. We're at 3.70. It's amazing how reasonable this dinner is. And then tomato sauce. I get these for 33 cents, and they're no salt added at Walmart. I highly recommend that for making any tomato dishes whatsoever. Thank you. Okay, let me read chat here. You hit the back button. You blown your back end out. Uh-oh. Is my hydrogen pack showing? Sorry. I'm just kidding. It's part of a joke I've got going with myself where I pretend to be a robot. Anyway. All right. So I'm going to throw that garlic in there. And I'm going to cut up an onion. I'm going to do half an onion. Just to start with. Because I want to get a kind of glaze going in the pan. Caramelize some onions before I put those zucchini slices in. I'm going to have slices of zucchini on the side with Italian seasoning on them and garlic powder. Go for a nice 1/4 inch slice on those onions. Because remember, all this is going in the chili except for the slices of zucchini. There we go. You buy mini cobs, I don't trust those. I think they're more like GMO products. I don't know. I mean, this corn is Y2K, so it's definitely not GMO. And the black beans are 2014. We bought them at a company out here called Fred Meyer. They were on sale for 33 cents, but you don't have to know that. Okay. I'm going to take a nice big slice, about a 1/2 inch thick. Oh, I've encountered some seeds in here. Okay, so I'm only going to do about 4 slices, big ones, because there's some seeds in this one. All right. That means I have to hull the seeds out. So you got to pull those seeds out if you can. So these are going to be like rings. Oh, that smells good already. As you can see, I'm a master with a knife, so I don't think I wouldn't try just doing this quickly like I do. I would take more time if I were you. But I've got to get this done really fast, and if I don't do it really fast, I won't get the show done. I'm just kidding. I wanted this to be a relaxing show. I'm going to get a different top for this. No tin foil in this dish. No, absolutely no tin foil. I need a shaker top for this. All right. And a garlic powder. And a wooden spatula or some sort of thing to move it around. Oh, that smells so good. This house already smells like a really fine restaurant. Okay, you want to take a little garlic powder and powder the zucchini as you put it in there. Along with a little Italian seasoning, go face down. And just move it around there, okay? Make sure there's no seeds in the zucchini. And any kind of Italian seasoning or garlic that dusts in there just goes right into your meal, so it's okay. Okay, don't let them stay too long in one particular place, otherwise they stick. These are really delectable when you eat them. I'm going to serve these on the side just as an added kind of a bonus, kind of a garnish. This is from the summer squash era, so they usually last till November, comfortably no matter where you are in the country. I've even gotten these to last all the way to January if you're careful. Put them in a cool place. But we're going to go ahead and pull this down in a big chunk right now. I'm going to take about that far off to put in the chili. And the rest I'm just going to put inverted on a dish like that in the refrigerator. And that keeps it forever. I mean, it's going to last another 2 weeks at least. All right, if you want to add garden vegetables to this dish, you can. Any kind of garden vegetables that you have, feel free to put in the dish. I'm going to move those rings around just a little bit. And then I'm going to cover the pan. But as with all my dishes, I always put a little water in them prior to covering the pan. And that's to activate what I call a steam fry. Just about a tablespoon of water, maybe 2. And cover that right up. Give it a little shake. Okay. We're going to cut some of this this zucchini, and that's going in next to it when I flip them over, because they're going to get brown on one side, and then I'm going to flip them over, and I'm going to add this zucchini to the dish, because these are the squares that are going in the turkey chili. That's going to cook side by side with the other dish. We'll also put the rest of the onion in there. Now I'm going to cut these in 1/4-inch cuts, so they're fairly small. They won't take up too much space, and they'll be palatable when you eat them in the chili. Cool. Working with a relatively limited space here, so normally I have a cooking area that's twice as large, but since I do the show, I kind of compress it right in here. All right. All right, so that's all set to go in there when I flip this over and open the hatch. I love Kerrygold butter. Oh yeah, I would use butter instead of sunflower oil if you wanted me to look like a rotund elephant. But since everybody's so concerned about keeping my weight down, I limit butter to the last stages of the dish. So, but you're right. All right, we're gonna flip those over. I always use wooden spatulas usually. Just flip them right over. There we go. They're not even halfway cooked, but I'm getting ready to put the next phase. Okay. And go ahead and add the zucchini to the dish on top of it. Let's go right on top with all the small zucchini. And hopefully there's no seeds in here. Cool. You want to add another onion. So we'll slice up another onion. Now go small on this one. You can go about 1/8 inch on the topper. That really adds a lot of onion taste to the dish. I take it all the way to the core and then throw the core out. The core is useless. Put it in the compost heap. It's too bitter. And cover that up. Put the whole thing over there like that. Okay. And cover it up and give it a shake. And add a little bit more water too. Maybe 2 more tablespoons. Cool. Now you're wondering how we're going to cook that turkey, right? That's on your mind. You've got turkey on your mind. You've got turkey on your mind. Okay, we're going to do the compost thing now. Yeah. Grabbing compost, putting it in the compost bin. So follow me with the high definition camera down to my compost bin. Let me see if I can get this down here. Okay, that's the floor. That's the camera raising up. Now if this was a robotic camera, I wouldn't have a problem here, but it won't hold in that position, so I got to take a compost to it. So there's my compost bin, and I cover it right up. And it goes out in the garden, and we put it right back in the soil once it's thoroughly compostable. All right. Okay, I'm going to pull those rings out in just a little bit and put them in here, because they're going to be done at a level 3 on the stove in about less than 2 minutes. All right. How's everybody doing? We're kind of like still in a state of suspended animation, waiting for the next shoe to drop at the White House, aren't we? I get a kind of a somber feeling overall from the room tonight. I don't know. I read rooms. I'm a room reader. I'm getting a kind of like a, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think here. Thank you. Okay, good. All right. One thing you don't want to do when you're cooking is touch your face, pick your nose, put your fingers in your hands, put your hands in your hair. So you want to rinse your hands off immediately when doing that. And I always like to keep one paper towel, available just to have on hand. He wants Mitt Romney for Secretary of State. Hey, whatever. At least it's not Rudy Giuliani. I'll be happy with Mitt Romney. He seems like a reasonable chap. He was fairly good at dealing with the Winter Olympics in Utah when he managed that. He handled it fairly well. There was only, 17 counts of corruption? Hey, Dave, are you into... No. Yeah, so if you touch your hands, always keep a little hanky around. Always keep a little hanky around, just to, keep it fresh. Okay, we're going to give that one more shake. We're going to open it up. Before we do that, we're going to prep that green pepper. I know you're looking at that green pepper going, David's got to cut that green pepper. This is a monster. I picked this up at the grocery today for 50 cents. It was made in Mexico, which I'm sure it probably had some sort of a pesticide involved in its production. Chop the head off of that monster and pull out the core, and you plant that in the garden for the springtime. All right, getting everything off of this guy. Look at that guy, it's amazing. It's amazing. Wow. Just kind of slice it this way. Okay. That's your first basic slice. That's a lot of green pepper. Look at that. That's going to be great in a chili. I was happy to get some peppers, and I've got my 2 poblano peppers over here that are pretty nice. All right, great. We're clicking right along, aren't we? Okay, I'm pulling out those rings. They are ostensibly done. You can serve them straight up as an appetizer. You can put a toothpick in them. You can pepper them. That tastes pretty good. You can have them, serve them in halves with, there you go, with mayo. Mayo is good with them. Okay, I'm going to cut open that package of Butterball turkey that was frozen. I got it at Walgreens for $2.50 on sale. Now, normally this is like a $4 or $3.99 container of. We're going to put that right in on top of all of those zucchini. And, of course, throw it away. And then just take and break it up. Kind of like slicing it like that. Nice. and kind of scrunch it down into the base of the pan. And then add some more garlic and some more Italian seasoning. Now you can use fresh garlic as well, and of course fresh herbs to replace the Italian seasoning. I use about a half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Cover it thoroughly and then cap that back up. Take your temperature up to level 6 now. All right. We're gonna get a lot of hot heat going on that turkey so I can minimize any chance of the meat going in the opposite direction. It has to be cooked at 180 degrees if you're going to flash cook it. Hey, hold on. We got a real idiot in here who's questioning my genius. Yeah, okay. No, the stupid morons are working their ass off right now in this screwed up economy. So why don't you get a job, you stupid moron? The ones that are kicking back, enjoying the benefits of living in America, are making the most of it, like myself. That takes a true high IQ. You're the moron who's busting your ass, kissing your boss's ass so you can suck up to him, so you can maybe get a holiday and maybe get a $100 bonus for Christmas, you moron. I don't need no stinking bonus, okay? All right, so we're going to make sure that turkey is no longer a problem. So I'm going to move that. I'm going to move this plate out of position and actually put it in the sink. You want to rinse that stuff off right away. You don't want any turkey juice sitting around. Okay. Looking at a wonderful little sink activity here and then grabbing a sponge. You think this would be sanitary, right? But it's not. I got to rewash my hands. You don't know what your sponge has been doing. Now this is completely edible right now. But I'm going to cap it for later for part of a dinner. And one of the ways I avoid using tin foil or saran is I just grab another plate and go like that. See? And then you can put it anywhere you want. Then you can stick it anywhere you want. Yeah, the sponge might have been in places, or the washcloth might have been in places. They say there's more bacteria on washcloths and sponges than anything in the kitchen. Almost as bad as your toilet. Okay, we're going to give this a good spin now. Go to the bottom of the plate and then rotate everything right over, meat-wise. The rest of the dish can sit there and then sponge it, basically push it right in there. All right. Now, I'm going to do a cross cut on these beautiful peppers. We'll cross cut them, starting right there. And go for nice big pieces, because people like fairly large peppers in their chili. They don't mind, and some people who don't like peppers can actually pick them out if they really have, they're freaked out about it. Somebody said, "Are you taking any supplements, David?" I said, "Well, actually, yes, I'm on a supplemental diet of breathing uranium, plutonium, cesium, and just trace amounts of polonium." So I'm basically trying to increase my my radiation level just by breathing in America today. And of course, your food is radiated too, so don't forget that. The added bonus. Yeah. Water can. Yeah, I don't let anything go to waste, so yes, you did see that drop on the floor, and yes, I did rinse it off. Okay, we are almost set to throw the green peppers in. And I'm also going to cut up these little poblanos. They're kind of a pain. But they'll add a lot of spice to it. Now, if you've got some old salsa in the cupboard, this is your chance to use it. Feel free. Some of you might like salsa. I know I do. In fact, I like it so much I'm going to add a little pain, 100% pain to this dish. Chili, you can't have chili unless you put cayenne and pepper in it, right? And chili powder. Well, that's kind of where I'm going right after this move of pulling these seeds of the poblano out. The seeds of the poblano. And they put the seeds of the poblano in the compost heap. Yes, sir. So whatever happens to him, happens to him. I'm not worried about it. But if you really want to get into it, you can regenerate them and have your own garden delight. Okay. Hanky wipe. I'll just dice those guys up real quick. Okay, we're ready to go. Okay, today I put together a mastery blend of fantastic spices. For the Tex-Mex flavor, I have some of Chipotle's famous, I've got a Chipotle blend in here that's absolutely incredible. It's incredible. I'm going to throw that in right now. You can also just use straight chili powder, like this, your standard variety. I'm going to add that to it. And I'm going to get that 100% paint out. I'm just going to use a touch of this. There's so much pain in this, I can't even describe it. I'm going to take a little bit off the top and just put it right in the middle. That stuff is incredible. Unbelievable. Okay. I'm going to press this all in the dish. I basically put the peppers on top of the turkey and I pressed them all in now. And move that paint around if you've got some paint in there. You don't want to have one particular hot spot right in the middle of the dish, but it doesn't hurt. And then just mix it all in together like that. Everything kind of congeals into a beautiful, wonderful pre-cook. Okay, now come your peppers. Grab those in, they don't take as long to cook. And with fairly quick speed, cover that right up and then turn it down to level 3 again. And then let it come together. Come together right now over me. You can add regular pepper, you can add onion powder, garlic powder, whatever you want to make that tasty for you and your family. Now, some people can put all kinds of weird things in it, but yes, definitely fresh vegetables of any kind that's sitting around. We're gonna get our cans ready. This is gonna use the old can that I was telling you about from Y2K. Yeah, you got a can of whoop ass. Uh-huh. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go ahead and cut that open. These cans are going to be pretty easy to open. See? 16 years old, and it still opens as if it was just yesterday. This one's 3 years old. It was supposed to be eaten by 2014, but it's still good. And this was just purchased at Wally World. Both of these cans are non-salted tomato sauce. Now you can add a lot more tomato sauce of any kind to this meal, but I'm making it kind of a small one because I don't want everyone to get full on tomato sauce on this chili. This is more of a garden chili. Wow. I'm going to take those and drain them. And it's kind of tricky, so I have to drain them in a compost heap. Because I use all of the stuff that's in them. So I'll put them in a bowl. And I'll add water to the beans. Because I don't want to lose any of that, potential. That has a lot of nitrogen in it, and it really adds a lot of nutrition to your soil. I'm going to save all that in the compost heap right now. Let me stick it in there. In there. That's the beautiful thing about a compost heap. You just put anything, even liquids can go in there. So I'm going to rinse this out a couple more times and let some of it go down the drain. But give it a shake. And go ahead and add the beans to the dish. That's kind of essential to get them in there now, because they'll meld with the peppers and all the great pepper sauces. Okay. Okay, press it all down. Kind of keep pressing as you go. Okay. Tomato sauces and the corn can take another rinse as well. Thanks for joining me, everybody. One pot stop. Yeah, so some of you are really excited about getting some weed in your area. Well, it took Washington State 2 years to put together the dispensaries. So if you're expecting weed in Massachusetts and Maine and California, I mean, I don't know how fast California is going to react, but like I said, it takes like 2 years. They say you can grow 4 plants now in California per individual use. So if you know somebody with seeds, I guess that's your opportunity now. Yeah, pretty cool. I'm excited for a lot of you in California because you've been waiting, and we've been here in Washington getting it for close to 2 years now, and we've made $1 billion worth of marijuana sales out of the state. Amazingly enough. Okay, add that old corn. Somebody told me that old corn doesn't have any nutrition, and I had a big argument saying, well, it's pre-GMO, so it's got to have some nutrition. Oh, no. And then the same person was telling me, oh, all corn is GMO now. Oh. Yeah, everybody knows, like they know anything. Whole culture, our whole nation is kept in the dark, and we're being fed talking points on a daily basis. Okay, I recycle these cans, so they're going to go right in the recycle bin, which is down here. I just keep a couple of really big boxes around, and I take the metal and the plastic, glass, whatever, to the recycler on a fairly weekly or bi-weekly basis. Whatever, man. You know, I'm not going to call people names all my life. I've got to get things done, you know. Calling people names doesn't really accomplish anything. Although it is really kind of nice to differentiate myself from others. Samizdat was calling people lesser humans last night. And I said, that sounds kind of like a racialism, you know? It's like a racialist calls people lesser humans. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really think people are lesser or greater than others. It's just some people get it and some people don't. It's really about awareness. It's about 100% pain. Yeah, this stuff takes a little special. Somebody gave me this as a gag, you know. It's like, yeah, it's the worst hot sauce. It's habaneros at the highest level. It could easily hurt people. And then, of course, the chipotle. Yes. And, of course, the chili powder that I'm trying to get rid of. Just old chili powder doesn't cut it anymore. But I think I've got enough seasoning in there. But like I said, if you got some old taco sauce or some salsa that's turning in the refrigerator, this is your opportunity. Throw that salsa in there. Okay, we're down to that tomato. And one last poblano, which I'm going to mince up here. Yeah, the site's been getting a lot of criticism from people, and you know, the comments are just amazing. People think I can't cook, and I've been cooking for 47 years. I mean, I started cooking when I was 10 years old. My mother was working full time at a crisis unit, and it was just my father and I, and we basically just winged it, and we put together meals that were incredible. I think my dad gained about 20 pounds on my cooking at that time. And I would be making these incredible burritos that were beyond belief. I'd cook steaks. Back then, steaks were only like $1 a pound. And I would be cooking some T-bones, and we'd have a barbecue. I'd make a full salad, you know. So I started cooking at the age of 10. And I really enjoyed it. Okay, whenever you have something concentrated like this, or maybe some garlic, another garlic or two, because you can always add garlic throughout the cooking process. What you want to do is just get that stuff in there in the center of your cook cycle. So if you've got a range, put it over the hot spot so it integrates right away into the dish. And you form an aromatic blend that rather quickly converts to something tasty. Okay, so I'll show you how to do this. I'm going to use the tomato too. I'm going to use my better knife. This is a Cutco knife. Believe it or not, I paid a guy $30 for this knife. He came to my house and he said, David, no, you got to buy something from me because I just joined Cutco. It's like, okay, so you really are coming to a guy you know and forcing him to buy something from you. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't get the guy out of the house. I was like 45 minutes of him saying, no, man, you got to buy something. He kept saying it. I mean, no, needless to say, I'm not his friend anymore, but it's the best knife I think I've ever had. It never loses its blade. Serrated. It's pretty cool. All right. John, if you're watching, give me a call. All right. Okay, we got something going on in the center here. Okay, put the core of your ingredients that you want to kind of stew in there at the center of the dish. Then top it off with your tomato sauces. Now, I've run into this problem before where I have a lack of space in the dish. And I tell you, this is the best solution you could come up with when you're cooking. Go like that. Just cover it right up. I'm going to grab the rest of that tomato sauce out of there. Just a little bit of water is all you need. I modified this recipe so I'd have a little space because I knew it would not fit in this container. Okay, now what this is going to be a it's going to be like a 30-minute cook cycle, but you can extend it out to a full hour on low. So right now everything's kind of like just sitting there stewing. But you can top it off with all kinds of seasoning at the end. You can even add Parmesan cheese to it. In fact, let's do that right now. Okay, then take the spatula and just kind of go like this in a circle. Like make a star pattern. And what you're doing is just kind of mixing things up initially. Perfect. All right, I'm ready to cover it right up. Turn it on I'm going to take it to low or a simmer, and I'm going to run it for an hour and at least 1 hour. So 6:45, we'll be ready to go with the dinner. And it can just stay there on a simmer. Meanwhile, we've got the beautiful zucchini slices ready to go, which is nice. You can serve those as an appetizer. And that's pretty much it. This dinner will serve 5 people comfortably. Okay. How to cook a 16-year-old? I'm not cooking a 16-year-old how to cook a 16-year-old can of corn, right? Older the better. Vinyl Sniffer piped in saying it's older the better. Cheese is always good. In fact, you know, Vinyl Sniffer, I've taken Jack cheese, and you know sometimes you get Jack cheese for a really good deal. You set it in the refrigerator for 6 months, Jack cheese, and it will be the best white cheddar you'd even imagine by the time 6 months rolls around. I'm serious. So you can do that with Jack cheese. So seriously, don't jack around, man. Yeah, cook a 16-year-old can of corn. All right, so you just saw a guy take ingredients that I'm trying to integrate into my meals to turn something into something meaningful. I've still got another meal out of that zucchini. $5 in ingredients, maybe $6, depending on how much you want to put in there. But yeah, what I have to do now is go change my clothes. So what I'm going to do is start the other show and get a pre-show video going, and I'll be right in to join you. All right, so thanks again for coming in to watch the Zucchini Turkey Chili Cook-Off. All right, I'll be back in just about a minute. Take care, everybody.